Hello everyone, welcome back to my jbird. And this is the last one of the mini series one here for you. I'm in white, and this is a really special one. It's I'm in white. It's called jbird nightbird, Night's King to 2800 unlimited. And yes, I did use the arrows. And let's see this. And I believe the unlimited means like it's probably not over 2900, but it's close to it. It's whatever it means. Anyway, let's get down to it with a D3, D5, E3, E5, H3, F6, A3, D6. What is that? D2, Castle, E2, and there's your jbird since 1977. And let's go on. It went C5. See, now this is new. See, seeing this to me like this, well, maybe I got other games, but this ain't typically normal. I mean, it is, but I mean, usually it does something else. But let's see here. After C5, G4, and I do my normal. D4, I do my normal. E4, E7. Now I go G5. Now, what I wanted to do, which I could do, is push this up. If he takes, I take, he takes, I take, there's nothing there. And then have this pawn here and then push it up again. But then I'm thinking all this stuff's going through my head that he'll just push this pawn up then if I push this one up, or then this is going to come up because it's reacting different. Because it never did push the pawn, and this is different. So it's like, so I said, you know what, let's go this way. I don't want to, I know I'm going to learn something here. So now basically this is not normally what I do, where I'm trying something else with the arrows here. After G5, H6, and then he has me go back H4, and I thought, well, wait a minute. You ain't you screwing me up like this? I mean, all right, I move my pieces back. What is this? I'm going to go here, push this up, get this over, maybe come bring it over here 67, 61, and then go back up. You see what I'm saying? And work my pieces. I thought, all right, well, let's see this. All right, cool. I see something here. I see things. After H4, C6, 90 up, F3, E6, and it didn't push this up. So obviously it knows something not to push this up so far. After E6, I get to push G5 instead of going right away. So I'm going to remember this. This is a different way of doing it that I learned. Because you see, if you look back at all my other games, well, the 2200 I played, and I beat the 2200, I did do things a little bit different. I have to go back. Maybe that's going to be crazy if I find out I did something like this. Because I do remember putting the knight up, thanks to the gnome one. I got to go back to that one. Because I put my knight up. It went funny, and I got to check that one out again. See what happened there. Because I remember putting the knight up, and things were happening. But I don't know exactly if it was close to this or not. After G5, takes H5, H takes G5, takes G5, D8. Yeah, H4, obviously you're going to push the pawn up. This is going to come over, and it's going to unravel. And what I like is keeping that pawn, that's cool, not to get that pawn into action. After H4, E7, into the knight's bird, D2, E8, H5, G4, takes E7, which makes a lot of sense. Trade off your bishops now. And like I said to you guys, the white bishop is my dragon bishop. And it's also good for the other side with the e2, and you're going to understand my theory and how I play, that my white bishop is greater than the dark bishop because of my style of playing. After e7, takes e7, h4, f6, f3, d7, e2, h7, g1, just like that one game where I used the bishop and took it, and then the knight lost my white bishop. Instead, and then you saw another game where I used the knight, and then I see the white bishop is powerful here in the way I play this game. So g1, d8, g3, and it might be hard to see it, but you watch this enough times and see how I play, that the white bishop really is stronger. Yes, the black bishop is good and strong too, but it's actually stronger and used better because of the way I play. After g3, f6, g1, and see, and this is crazy. You know what? I'm telling you, I have games where I didn't use the arrows, or blitz games, and this kind of stuff was happening. This is crazy. I'm telling you, this is unbelievable. I just know it. This will blow my mind. I find this game somewhere, or I know it, because just like I said, I went to my second blitz game in the channel a year ago. I have on this channel. It's the second 1 minute, and I saw the one knight square. I want to go back and see, well, how am I playing? Oh, all right, there's one knight square. I'm already playing it. Now I'm already creating this opening. It's already my playing style already, the way I play. It's part of my game. That's crazy. And now, same thing with this. Moving your pieces, except I did use the arrows, but basically I'm still doing the same thing as if I didn't use the arrows. But, except I'm doing the proper continuation moves. That's the only difference. Now, you can appreciate and understand what I'm trying to say to you. Now, here again, after g1, g5, h6, of course I'm going to push my piece, pawn up. There's no doubt about that. Takes h6, f5, takes f5, takes f5, g7. Has to defend this pawn. It can't just start taking here, take the pawn, and then now you lose it and open your king up. That's the whole point. He's got to keep his king covered. After g7, c6, takes c6, g2, c8, e4. After c7, takes c5, f8, d1, c8, c1. You have to get over here and defend it. Once this all splits open, you want to be on this side of the board. Because look at this, certain things here. After c1, h7, g4, c7, f4, takes e4, takes e4, e7, e6, check, g8, b1, c5, h4, g7, h1, f7, c7, g5, c6, f8, c5 takes, b8, takes g5, takes g5, e4, g7, takes a7, b5, e6, takes f5, check a8, f8, check. Now he loses his queen. h7, takes f8, takes g6, g8, f6, e1, h5, f8, g6, e7, f1, a2, h4, g8, h6, take f7, takes f7, takes f7, g4. Now my whole idea, I was going to take over this game real quick by myself, real quick, and did this. I would have went check, he would have went here, I would have went check, would have took the pawn, then he can't get here, then the pawn's dead, then I come over here and take this, keep him blocked off, and then push all my pieces. And I see all that. You understand what I just showed you? Whose move is it? No. I listened to the arrow that time, but here's what I would have done. Check. He goes here. Check. He got to move up. Take. Whatever he does, I get this pawn. Whatever he does, I take this pawn. Then wherever he goes, if he even makes it to here, well, then I come here and stop him. Then I push the pawns. But I let the arrows go. I see this clear as day what I wanted to do, but I let it go. B4, G3, F1, G5, B5, G4, B6, H3. This thing wants to do things the hard way, but B7, G2, F6, G1, B8. Yes, it's going to be a mate, so it goes there. I guess it wants to be fun and exciting, but takes A1, H2, F4, H3, F3, and that's game there. But that's the way the program does it. So whenever time you see me at the end, the way I do it, you would see it like that. If I was using arrows, I do it differently, but I left it ride. And I saw some other things earlier when that knight took the rook, and I said, oh, okay, I can go like this and like that. But then, your nerves, it's like, well, I could take over this thing now and go, well, I did that too against Fritz and thought, and I messed it up. And then I start all over. And I got to do it again. And then the memorization moves were like that too. In this channel in the early times when I was playing. And it was crazy over and over. And no more memorization. Unless it was something, but it always changes. And when I say changes, it makes bad moves, and then that's the thing. When it makes bad moves, you don't know what to do because it made a bad move, and then you do something else, and then you lose because he's making bad moves. If you can understand, that's crazy how that works. But if he makes really good moves and you do memorization, well then, because it don't change. But this game always changes, so. Where was the point where, all right, after this, okay, I get that, and it looks like I'm going to get a pawn. What's he do? Okay, I got all that. I saw that. I mean, I could have ran this myself. This queen can't get near my king. I could have handled this. But with my nerves, see, like this, now I see the reason why. He's got a check coming. Let's see this. He takes it. The check. That's amazing. You see what I'm saying? It's this stupid little stuff that, you think you could just handle it. You're supposed to see it. And you go here, and you got to realize it's a check. He's pinned. Well, he blocks. Who's to say if he don't go up here? This is bananas. You see what I'm saying? That's bananas. And I don't want to take no chances. There could be something there, but it went this way anyway. And the game goes on like this. All right, you know the end. Let me show the opening a little bit real quick. And like I said, I got these monster games, 29, 3,200 games with my opening. Got some cool stuff. What seems to be new openings to me ain't really new openings. It's all part of my game that I see, that I play, that's already there. It's just that now I'm just the way I move my pieces, it's just being performed in an opening, which is kind of in the opening, but now I'm being more precise about it in the opening with the moves, the one square night bird and so on, and the other ones. It's just my style play. All right, thanks for stopping by, and we're going to come up with and show you these big ones coming up. Thanks.